I want to go back to this. We got sidetracked, of course, because I've got ADD and I'm like, the conversation terrorist. I want to go back to this, the heated segment you had with NBA analyst when Horse over Cats is not. What happened? Fill me in on this. I'd like to hear this.
Well, I mean, again, ESPN, phenomenal. A guy you should have on here is Michael Thompson from the Showtime Lakers. Klay Thompson's dad. He's a huge wrestling fan, I'm sure.
Is he really?
I had stopped watching entirely.
Do you communicate with him?
Mike MT all the time. Great guy.
Okay, cool. Mention him and see if he's interested in our show.
I'm sure he'll probably want
Okay, cool. Awesome.
And the Lakers season's basically done.
I had Michael Thompson. I played fantasy basketball years ago. Michael Thompson's one of my
great dude. Phenomenal dude. Michael Thompson's like, I got to get home for SmackDown and get my champagne and nuts. Like, he's a crazy dude. So I had done business years earlier with Antoine Wade, Dwayne Wade's brother. So I knew about LeBron to Miami and Bosch to Miami. So
you got to say the Dwayne, right? You got to get it right.
He told my buddy Rich Marincic, who worked on my wrestling, we were at lunch with Antoine Wade at Factor's Deli on Pico, where he laid out the decision, the whole thing to us, and I mean 100% swear on my penis. Okay, exactly. So at one point, we actually had a deal, and WWE was in. Triple H was because I know Paul and Stephanie, going back obviously to Blade, and he was supposed to be in Snakes on a Plane originally as well, actually. We had put a deal together. WWE was in for the Miami Heat to license the nWo for LeBron, Bosch, and Wade to use. How hot was that?
They were going straight heel market.
It would have been nWo Miami, whole thing.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
I put that together, brought it to them.
That would have been so huge.
Yes, it would have.
If they would have done seriously, because that market
would have been gigantic.
Come on.
It would have, yes. And WWE, Triple H got it immediately. WWE got it immediately. What happened was, and from my understanding, because Maverick Carter, when I met him when I was at Fox, and I used to have
LeBron James' manager, by the way, if people don't know.
Maverick Carter. I used to have in my office at Fox, I had the Flair belt and the Hogan belt, and actors, Jackman would come in and want to talk about King Kong Bundy. Luke Perry, before I ever knew his son, was Dusty Rhodes is my kid's godfather, and I'm going to get him a ring. And now I know, obviously,
the Saudis are marks. And hey, we're going to bring these guys over and have wrestling matches.
So Maverick Carter gets it, LeBron gets it. They all got. And what happened was the team at the exec level. I don't think it was the league. I think it was someone high up. It was this is we don't want to lean into being heels, etc. But so anyway, I had that relationship.
LeBron did not want to be a bad guy.
I think LeBron. I don't think it was LeBron was the issue. I think it was above that. It was above the players. My understanding through Antoine was the players were in. But
really?
Anyway,
so who would be above the players that would not be in with
Riley, Mickey Aaronsons? Yeah, I mean, you could understand.
They were not cool with wrestling. They didn't understand. They didn't that.
What was Triple H? Triple H was all lined up to be in Snakes on a Plane as Sam Jackson's partner, who was afraid of snakes and gets killed early. It's an easy, no-brainer role. He was great for us on Blade 3. Did a ton of publicity. Why didn't that happen? Because another producer said, "I don't want a wrestler in the movie." So that's that's just how it is.
It's that simple sometimes.
And it sure is.
Yo, what up? This is Conan, and I host Keeping It 100, my co-host, Disco Inferno, unfortunately.
Well, I'd say you're my co-host.
Listen, every Thursday here on Spreaker, we talk pro wrestling, sports, movies, music, TV, pop culture, and some politics. It's everything the rest of the pro wrestling podcasts are not.
Tune in to hear myself, the superior one, educate and inform.
Tune in to hear me bury Disco.
That's very disrespectful.
Join us every Thursday on Spreaker and keep it 100. Boom!